Next to your dad, your dad said Floyd couldn't touch you last time you sparred. He didn't say anything, he just smiled. But what do you say about that sparring?
Same thing I said last time, nothing.
What led to you first getting in the ring? What was that story?
Pretty much, I sparred on my first day at the age of 7. I went to the gym. My dad took me to the gym because I was fighting a lot in school. I was having a lot of problems. Just, you know, I was on the outside, and my dad said, you know what, you like to fight a lot, I'm going to take you to the gym, and you're going to fight somebody that really knows how to fight. And every time that you keep fighting at school, I'm going to keep bringing you back to the gym, keep bringing you back. And on my first day, I went to the gym, and they put me there to spar. And I went in there, and I sparred he was a kickboxer, but he was working on his stand-up. And when I hit him, I knocked him out of his shoes. It's a story. No, literally, I knocked him out of his shoes. He had on like some Velcro type shoes, and he went out.
Are we going to see another collaboration between yourself and Dr. Dan?
For my next fight, I'm not sure yet. I got a lot of brands that want to collab. So who knows? You may see me in like some Off-White, all different type of collabs. Who knows? Yeah.
Devin, I heard you on the Toe to Toe podcast yesterday, and you had a bit of a friendly debate with Andy on there about the ratings. Where would you rate yourself lightweight right now at the moment?
As of what?
As in like the top 10 rankings. Because I know you weren't happy where they put you on the Sky Sports rankings, but where would you rate yourself?
Yeah, well, I'll put Lomachenko number 1, I'll put Richard Comey number 2, and I'll put myself number 3. And I put those guys ahead of me just because they have the belts.
Thanks.
Devin, in the past it's been said many times that the Americans see the British fighters as perhaps an easy touch. Do you think that sort of scene's changing now?
Nah, I don't believe that. I think it's great fighters all over the world. It just really depends on the fighter. But it's some great boxers that come out of the UK. Right now, I like Josh Kelly and I like Josh Taylor. Those are my 2 favorites right now.
Do you think Taylor beats Prograis?
I think that's a tough fight. I think that's a really tough fight. Prograis is strong. He has a lot of confidence. He's going in there to win. Josh Taylor's a good boxer and he's a southpaw. So I don't know. May the best man win.
Who do you think is going to win between Theo Lopez and Richard Comey?
I think Teofimo should beat him. I think he'll go in there. He'll be a lot smarter. He'll box. And he'll go in there and not take many chances. Not go in there and try to go toe to toe with him. I think he'll go in there and fight a smart fight.
What do you make of the reception you've had in London, especially today? A lot of fans have turned out.
Man, it's crazy that my following here. You guys all supported me. This is like a dream come true, and I'm so thankful for all of you guys coming out. This is a dream come true, and I'm gonna come here a lot more often.
Devin, how do you see
you guys?
Spence Porter going this weekend?
I think that fight's gonna be a tough fight in the first beginning rounds. I think because Porter, he has an awkward style. He'll go in there and try to make it ugly. But I think Spence will make the adjustment and eventually just break him down and just beat him.
With AJ Ruiz, what went wrong with the first fight?
I don't really know what went wrong because that I'm not really that close to him to know the ins and outs of his training camps or whatever. But I think that he just went in there. He just wasn't focused. He took Ruiz for granted, thinking that he just was another stepping stone. I don't think that he really thought that he thought about how dangerous he was. I think in the next fight he'll go in there. He'll be much more prepared, much more focused, and he should get the win. I think by knockout.
He gets the win by knockout.
Yeah, hopefully. I like AJ a lot. I've been knowing AJ since he had his 10 amateur fights when he came to Vegas when they did a UK versus Vegas, and that's when I first met AJ. So I knew him when he was first starting out.
Devin, can you give us an insight into your training? So like a typical week in camp for you, what does it look like?
Well, it just depends because half of my camps I do in the Bay Area at Snack, half of my camps I do in Vegas. But a regular day, consists of 2 to 3 workouts, every day.
So talk to us a little bit about yourself outside the ring. What's made you into the man that you
are? Boxing matured me so much. I'm so thankful for boxing because, like I said, what got me into boxing was because I was getting in trouble. I was fighting a lot in school and all that. But when I got into boxing, really showed me a different way. It kept me out of trouble. And without boxing, who knows where
Devin, forget Britain and forget America. If you could choose a country to fight in that you sort of got in the back of your head that you'd like to fight in before you were to retire, is there anywhere?
I was talking to my dad. We want to go to like Japan or somewhere like that. Like that would be crazy.
Devin, yourself versus Ryan Garcia. Can you see that happening in the future?
Yeah, I think that fight's gonna happen sooner than later. A lot of people see that fight being like real far out, but you know we already kind of like talking about trying to make that fight happen. So I think 2020 or 2021 that fight should happen.
And just for yourself as a boxer, what's your most unique training style? You say that helps your performance enhance. I know you do a lot of breathing exercises. I know you do a lot of cooling exercises.
I do a lot of high altitude training, but really the main thing of training is a lot of people don't know. Like you can train all day long. You can go train high altitude. You can go train for hours and hours out the day. But recovery is really important. And a lot of people they don't know that. They think that it's just working hard, but it's a thing of overworking yourself, and that's what you don't want to happen.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I want my name to be mentioned with the greats. I want when people think of Devin Haney, they think of him as a great fighter. They put my name with the greats of the sport. Go in the Hall of Fame one day.
What would you say to young kids growing up right now?
Just stay focused, stay disciplined, and you can achieve anything you want. With hard work and dedication and discipline, the sky is the limit.
Who's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world today, and why?
Honestly, a lot of people may not agree with me on this, but I think Canelo. I like Canelo a lot. I think that a lot of people underrating him. They say and I say this because Triple G was #1. He was a monster. He was a killer and all that. And then he beat Triple G. And then, so where does that put him? And then #2, I got to go with Crawford. And then 3, Lomachenko.
So you're trying to take that free spot? You're trying to take that free spot?
Yeah, I'm trying to take that #3 spot.
Y'all scared to ask questions or what?
Have any opponents been good to you?
Say it again?
Any opponents been good to you?
Actually, it was one opponent who I was trying to fight. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nakatani.
Yeah.
He was an opponent I picked, but he turned it down, so we on to the next.
It's all local guy, isn't it?
Yeah. Timo has some problems with him. I want to show him, how it's done.
What's the thoughts on Timo Lopez?
I think he's a good young fighter. He's doing good. He got a world title fight, and I believe that he's going to win. So he's going to become a world champion, and it's good for him.
That's the fight you want in the future.
Of course, if he gets past Richard Comey, we'll see what happens.
What was your first reaction when Eddie asked you about appearing on the KSI Logan Paul bill, and did you know who those guys were?
Yeah, I knew who they were from the last fight that they did. I didn't get a chance to watch the last fight, but I knew who they were, and I knew the numbers that they generated and how much buzz that they got on the last fight. So I was with it, right when he brought it to me.
You said you saw flaws in Lomachenko's performance against Campbell. Can you highlight those flaws for us?
When we fight, I'll show you all the flaws,
And you're going to fight in London?
2020, I'm going to be back in London. I'm going to fight here, hopefully against Luke Campbell. If it's not Luke Campbell, then it's going to be someone else. But more than likely, 2020, I'll be back to fight Luke Campbell.
Just tell us a little about you not being able to go to the Olympics because of your age at the time and being a precocious talent.
Yeah, right, maybe 2 years before the Olympics, they changed the age to age 19. I would have been 17 around the Olympics. The previous Olympics, I would have been able to participate. They didn't change the age on it when they took the headgear off. But it's all right. I'm okay with that. I'm happy with the way that my career has went so far. So I'm okay with not going to the Olympics.
If you could map out your 2023 fights,
2023 fights. Luke Campbell, Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko. Yeah. I think those are 3 fights who the fans would love to see.
When you were growing up, who were your main inspirations, both inside boxing and outside?
I watched a lot of Floyd. Because Floyd was somebody that was who was there, somebody I can touch, somebody I can learn from, somebody who was literally right there. So he's had a big influence on my career.
And outside of boxing?
outside of boxing. But that's a boxer, like outside of boxing.
Just anyone outside of boxing that inspired you as a kid.
My dad, you know, he taught me so much. He taught me so much about the business of boxing, you know, in and out of the ring. And without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Thanks.
People always allude to the fact that you're only 20 years old, but because you started so early, are you more experienced than people give you credit for?
Yeah, definitely, and that's why I feel like people, they label me as a prospect because of my age, but they don't see, they're not labeling me as a contender because they're not looking at you know where I'm at now. I'm #1 contender. I'm mandatory for Lomachenko. They're not looking at that. They're only looking at me as a prospect because of my age.